Have you ever been in a situation where you're listening to a recording of yourself playing bass and you say, "What's all that noise? Is that what I sound like? No way." Well, I have, and it's an awful feeling. Here's how you can fix it. This is going to help you big time. Hi, I'm Jon Liebman, founder and first baseman of ForBassPlayersOnly.com. I've taken the frustration out of learning bass so you can build confidence, have fun, and just enjoy making music. Before we get started, I want to make a real quick mention of a free lesson I have for you. It's called 10 Easy Rock Riffs for Bass. It's a video lesson with play-along audio tracks and a downloadable PDF with all the music, including tablature. Just click the link under this video and you can download it totally free. Or you can go to ForBassPlayersOnly.com/riffs. Either way, get it. You'll like it. When I was about 19 years old, I was in a real live recording studio, laying down some demo tracks with a band. I thought I was pretty hot stuff. Then the engineer played back the track for everyone. I remembered for some reason at one time he soloed the bass track, so that was all anybody heard. At first I didn't even recognize it. It didn't sound like a bass to me. What is that? Well, that was me. It was a real eye-opener, a rude awakening. I could probably come up with some other names for it, but I think you've got a sense of the situation. Oh man, I don't know how or even why I persevered and continued working toward a career in music, as a bass player no less. But something inside me kept me going. As big of a jolt as that was for me, and how much I hated the tape recorder at the time, yes, it was a tape recorder, it turned out that recording myself and scrutinizing those recordings probably had more to do with my improvement as a bass player than anything else. For me, with all the bass instruction books I wrote, each one with audio demonstrations of all the music, I needed to be totally sure that I was going to feel proud of everything I put out into the world where people could hear my bass playing. And that includes all of my books, including the one called Like Jaco Pastorius. I recorded all the bass tracks for that one too. And at first I had to be vetted, or at least approved by Jaco's family in order to be the one to write that book. So no pressure, right? It's okay, I knew Jaco. I spent time with him in Florida. I jammed with him in his living room. I know a bunch of his family members, so I got over that hurdle. But that's an extreme example, to say the least. My point is, recordings don't lie. If there's a little crunchiness in your playing, the recording will tell you. If you've got a little extraneous noise or string ring, the recording will tell you. If you're playing a fretless and you're just a little bit out of tune, the recording will tell you. So I encourage you, without any judgment and without being unduly hard on yourself, if you want to be a better bass player, and I assume you do, try recording yourself. Then be prepared for anything. But if or when you hear anything you don't want to hear, that's a good thing. That means you've identified a problem. You know what's wrong. Now you can work on correcting it. Maybe I shouldn't tell you this, but I've had some pretty candid conversations with some of the most recorded bass players in music history. And I ask them, what if the track as a whole with the entire band sounds good, but when you isolate the individual tracks, you hear something undesirable in one of the instruments, maybe the bass. But it's undetectable when you hear everything all together. And to a person, they all told me, oh, it happens all the time. The producer might say, well, you can recut your track if you want, but I don't think it matters. I won't mention any names, but they're pretty much household names among bass players anyway. But here's why I did tell you that story. Because I'm glad I didn't know that when I was recording the bass tracks for my books, Funk Bass, Bass Aerobics, Play Like Jaco Pastorius, and on all of my online lessons at ForBassPlayersOnly.com, including the Bottom Line Club membership and my digital course, Power Grooving for Bass Players. It didn't occur to me that I could let something slide, saying, oh, no one will notice. No, I would always strive to lay down a good, clean, grooving bass line. Nothing to explain, no stories, no excuses, just here it is. That's the way I like to do things. And I share that with you as something to shoot for, a standard to meet, where you're constantly focused on improving, making your bass playing sound good and feel good, and getting rid of all that noise. Try it out. It takes a little courage, but it can do amazing things for your bass playing. It'll be frustrating at times, so just know that going in. Give me a shout or leave a comment and let me know how it works out for you. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to download my free video bass lesson, 10 Easy Rock Riffs for Bass. It's become really popular and it's totally free. There's a link right under this video that'll take you right there. Or you can just go to ForBassPlayersOnly.com/riffs. And of course, be sure to subscribe to the For Bass Players Only YouTube channel. There is so much helpful information right here for anyone who likes bass and who likes learning bass. I've taken the frustration out of learning bass so you can build confidence, have fun, and just enjoy making music. That's all for now. I'll see you next week. I'm Jon Liebman. Let's play bass.